Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on CM Punk, best in the world. So Punk is this weekend's boss battle superstar, and he is a modern era focused technician, and he might be the best in the world. Let's see if he's the best tech in WWE Champions. So he has the Raw Link, 1 more MP, and Modern Era gems do 5% more damage, and the stock best in the world gear. He's a trainer. At 26k, green gems do 50% more damage, and yellow moves start with 2 more MP. These are useful when they're useful. Obviously, all the 2 MPs that do other stuff are pretty handy to have, so I'm good with the trainer ability. Strap for this one, we're going to be switching once in a while, but we're going to start with a 20% gem damage, full Fury 2s, and no metals. So, first moveset, my least favorite by far, but it gets these 2 moves in the game. Anaconda Vice Submission, 7 MP purple, generate 30 random sub gems, 326k, 3 turns, remaining turn into multiply gems. I want to say it's strength 7. It doesn't say there. We'll see when we're in the game. Pile Driver, 260k damage, increase your green MP by 9. And then the GTS finisher, 1.76 million, and increase the strength of your multiply gems by 4. Then destroy 30 random multiply gems. Entourage for this one is Woods and Sammy, so you start loaded in feud. Also, I figure if you're running this one, you probably don't have maybe a lot of the more rare stuff, so I just went with a little bit more common coaches. So Miz is 15% multiply gem damage, and Gunther is going to be 60% more, and then also the blue gems, you're going to pick up 30%. So yeah, anyway, let's take a look and see what this one looks like. Oh, I do have a max green move damage medal too for 200%. So the finisher is right at 5 mil, 4.9. So hit your sub. Obviously, if you want to run this, any sub plate is fine. I would personally do all heart for the green and the purple, but you could run any of the dual colors since it's kind of, well, not kind of, it's completely random what shows up. So you'd hit your sub, then you'd buff your MP, and of course, these are all feud builds post 99 MP. So this will let you know what they play like when the 99 MP is gone. So from 7 to 11, and then destroy them. You can see we did 10 million gem damage, plus the 5 million on the finisher and then the sub damage. So it wiped Showboat JBL's health. At 6-star silver, that 10 mil gem damage would be approximately 20 mil. And the finisher would still be basically 5 mil. So long story short, that'll get the job done at 6 silver. All right, next build set, triple blue. This one is basically like Rocker, but on the finisher, which is actually allows you to hit a very big finish. This is his biggest finisher, I guess, if you want to call it that. Entourage, let's get that put in. We're gonna do this. I guess I should probably go back to the moves. So triple blue, diving elbow drop, 10 MP finisher, 1.5 mil damage, plus 253k bonus damage for every green gem. Roundhouse kick, 3 MP, 197k damage, and choose 7 gems to make into blue. So if you're thinking this move refills itself, you are correct. And then the calf kick, another 3 MP blue, 197k damage, choose 7 gems to make into greens. Entourage for this one, we're going with Ghostbuster Cena. So your green gems do 50% more damage. Lawler for 4 blue MP, it means we're going to start with 5. So 2-3 matches and the finisher would be loaded. And then Zombie Becky, green gems do 30% more damage. Of course, if you don't have her, you can use other green trainers. And then Showboat Lacey, green gems do 20% more damage. So that brings it up without the strap to 500k bonus damage for every green gem. And we should probably change this medal to a Blue Fury. This finisher also basically hits for 5 million before the bonus damage, assuming you have a max Fury 2 medal. So this one is really, really strong. It's just really also really, really choosy. So the two blues would start loaded. You'd start with your greens. And my buddy told me I should make, as he calls it, stairs when doing these chooses. So I'm trying that, and it seems to be working a lot better for me with not getting matches and making the whole board glow. Anyway, so after that, the way I would do this build is do one blue 3 match, because it'll refill both blue moves, and then you'll be 2 MP short on the finisher, so you'll do it one more time. And then you can put more green gems down. Let's continue to do those kind of steppers. And it just, it was really good shout by him. I mean, I still broke 3 there because it's me, but whatever. And then you'd hit this blue to do 3 more. I don't want to take the chance of cascading, but that obviously that's what you do. And then your finisher is full. You can see we're doing 723k bonus damage for every green. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21 of them for bonus damage at 723k. Times 21. That's 15 million bonus damage right there, plus 4.3 on the finisher. So you're basically looking at 20 mil damage when you hit this. Now that one's not going to go up a ton at silver. However, if you have a high Fury gem damage strap, because this is only a 20%er, that will definitely scale up a lot. That's not my favorite moveset though, because it's very, very clicky. So now we're going to run triple green. This is probably the one, well, this is the one I like the most. It's not Mherex proof though. Oops, wrong button. So there's that. We're also going to go back to the green Fury Metal. But it is very fast and it does hit very hard. So back to the GTS and the other 2 greens, the last 2 moves you haven't seen. The running swinging neckbreaker, 6 MP, deal 250k damage, choose a 4x1 area to make into snowfall gems, modify all gems below it into multiply gems to strength 6. And then welcome to Chicago, make 4 snowfall gems into green gems. So yeah, this one, it definitely hits really hard, and we're going to start off with a little bit more manageable, I guess, loadout. Matt's been around for a long time. It does need 17k Santa. If you don't have 17k Santa, you put a 2 green MP trainer here, and then you put your multiply or your multiply or generic gem damage where Santa is. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think I'm forgetting anything. So you start with 6 green MP and feud. So the 4 is full with the matchy match, which fills the finisher. So you're going to just set up a row break on the top. And then hope you don't pull a Mherex and cascade. So the thing with the row break is you can go like 20 matches and not have a cascade. And then you can get like 3 or 4 in 10 matches. So it's generally fairly safe, but it's not perfect. Anyway, long story short, now we're gonna hit these gems for a lot of gem damage. 13 million in gem damage, 5 million on the finisher. That 13 mil in gem damage would basically double to 26 mil at silver. And then the 5 million finisher on top of it puts you at like 30 million at silver. So obviously we'll easily get it done with this loadout. So if you have a little bit more, like if you have Sherry and let's say Mem Rock, you can run this with this setup. Of course, you can put the Sheik plate on to add a bunch of damage to the finisher. We will do that for sure. See if we don't cascade. We did not. A lot bigger multiplies. Also, if you, I have tour perks, so the matching is loading. In feud, that wouldn't match unless you drop another one. But if you do get it loaded, you can hit this again just for extra move damage. At 750k, it's not really worth your time until you have a Sheik Blade on it. And this time, we got 15 mil gem damage. Basically translates to 30 mil at silver plus the move damage. So it's obviously better with this loadout. Okay, let's add that Sheik Blade on. So basically his move damage is 1.7 million, so really don't even need to put it on. I can tell you how hard it'll hit, but we'll put it on because it's punk. And, you know, I expect tons of people to mark out for punk. So every time you hit a green move, it's going to add 1.7 million damage to that finisher. So it's, in essence, this is going to add 3.4 million this way if you want the higher gem damage focus. However, what I would recommend is taking off Rock here, putting on Santa if you're going to run the Sheik Plate, and then clicking an extra move, although you're not going to need it. And when I said Santa, I mean NWO Hogan. So that way your 4-match refills both of these moves. Okay. And I'll show you why. If you want to do the extra clicks, this is definitely the way to go to get your finisher to hit harder. So we're starting out at 5 million. We're going to hit this Snowfall gem. It should go 1.7 million up, so it should be 6.8. Yeah, 7 million. Now we're going to hit this one. It's going to go up again. It's also going to refill everything. So now we're at 8.8. Now what you can do is hit this out of order. It's at 10 million on the finisher. And drop the snowfalls now. You're at 12 mil on the finisher. And then we still got 12 mil on the gems, so honestly, it ends up being the same damage as we did with the other set, with a couple more clicks. So it's probably not really worth it to do it that way. In fact, I don't think it's worth it at all. Not probably. But, you know, if you want to, you can. It does seem like a waste of a Sheik. But what if we do a move damage setup with him? Is it, let's say maybe you don't have a Fury Strap or something, or you just like move damage. Maybe it's more beneficial that way to do those extra clicks. Again, I don't see why, but, you know, some people like that. So let's do that since it's punk. Okay, so to note, right now, currently, Anvil and Gable are not working on the finisher. That will be fixed, but currently they're not working. So instead, I'm going to show Anvil, but I'm going to use Gooker, who's 10% less. I think I'm going to use Gooker, or I'm going to use, yeah. So it's 10% less, but he's actually going to show up, but just pretend it's Anvil. And then, of course, Bailey for 100% greens and R-Truth for 40% greens. And then we're going to just switch over to move damage build. Maybe like you don't have a Fury 2 percentage, so maybe that's why you want to run move damage, or you only have one and it's on someone else you need it on. I don't know. But let's switch the strap out, and we'll run the move damage with and without the Sheik Plate as well for you. Where is the strap? I should have it already loaded. I probably went right by it. I did. So this is a 20% move damage strap. Double takedown 2s with the green. So now our finisher's doing 9 mil already to start. These are doing like, what is it, a mil a piece? Yeah, 1.4 each. Same gameplay would apply. And there's one of the cascades I was talking about. There you go, McMenemy. So this is one of my issues with Punk. The one build is very clicky, and this one is not completely Mherex proof. So that's like my only complaint. Otherwise, this moveset is like really fast, really good. Also, if these two greens are in the center column, it does sort of mess you up. And you're much more likely to cascade, right? You'd have to either go down a slot, in which case you do less damage, which is probably what I do. That would be safer. But it is also something to note that can and will happen. There you go. Back-to-back cascades. See what I said? You can go like 20 matches and never have a cascade this way. Also notice potentially things don't go great, and he didn't destroy my multiply gems. But if he had destroyed my multiply gems, we'd also be, which a lot of people will, he'd also be one short, so we'd have to go another turn. We're just going to hit this and get out of here. 9 million move damage. And then 3 million gem. It's a lot. It's a lot less gem damage with this because of the multis. Not that much less, but I'll run it one more time so you can see. He's very, very good and very strong. The three MP to load on the one moveset's kind of ridiculous. Right, this hits super hard, big multiplies. It's just not really the kind of gameplay I like on either of them, if that makes sense. So even though he's really strong, I don't know that he is necessarily for me. Anyway, so here you get to see the gem damage with the move damage set. Again, you can see about 4 million gem there. And also notice it was reduced. So also notice on that finisher, and this is something important to know, if you don't take all their health, the finisher damage isn't applied from the move damage part, just the gem damage. So the move damage build set is certainly inferior on multiple levels. And I'm glad that he had enough hit points for me to show that to you guys. Hopefully you caught what I was saying there. Anyway, let's do the move damage with the Sheik. Basically, so far to recap, I don't think it's worth throwing the Sheik on him. There are a lot better options for a Sheik plate, but let's see if that changes when we're running full move damage. It's still only going to add 1.7 per click, by the way. And this is without Hollywood, right? So now we're at 11.6. And now we're at 13 million. With the same amount of clicks. We'll put Hollywood on, and we'll take Anvil off, and let's see how big the finisher goes. And we'll call that a preview, because I think I've shown you what Punk has to offer. Also, I wasn't feeling it last night when we got him. I played him a bunch, and I was going to record, but I wasn't feeling it. I was kind of tired, so I figured Punk deserved me to sleep on it and get a good night's rest, so I could hopefully do a decent preview for you guys. So that's why this is a little bit later than the other ones. Of course, with 99 MP, once the finisher thing is fixed, you probably just throw finisher, Gable, pop a big finisher with the multiplies, you know, and you're good. But it's hard to get all of his damage on the board without clicking, unlike a lot of the other 99 MP builds, so that's worth noting as well. Let's see, what are we doing here? Okay, so 9.2 mil on the finisher. We got Hollywood on, so we're recycling. Now we're at 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9. 10.9 12-7, hit this sequence out of order. 14-5. And now you're at 16 million on the finisher. And then the gem damage. Again, keep in mind, the only thing that applies to the pin, though, after that 16 mil would be that 3.3 million in gem damage. So that would be a 3.3 million pin. Keep that in mind. All right. So that's Punk. That's what I got for you. Let's kind of talk about him in techs. So to me, he's not the best tech in WWE Champions. My opinion. So that can't be wrong because it's my opinion. You're welcome to disagree. I am okay with that. For me, I think the best tech, and I hate saying this because I hate his release method, at least potentially, one of the best is Rock, the zero shard release that I really don't like. So NOD Rock is up there, and then also unpopular probably right there with him for me would be Kaiser with a drip plate. However, that is the dirty word of drip plate in that. So both of those two are rare and need rare things. Hall of Fame Anvil, I actually think is better with gears, or at least one gear anyway. I would say Anvil is better. 2 gears, absolutely. But again, that's an extra gears. So after that, I kind of compare him very similar to Dusty and Cody, where Dusty and Cody need that 5 match that you swipe into. But if you have a Judgment Day plate, it doesn't matter if you cascade, right? Because you drain their MP. Whereas CM Punk, if you cascade, it does matter. Potentially you get your board wiped, etc. As far as damage goes, Dusty, if you have Sherry, will out-damage him. And Cody as well will likely out-damage him as well, especially if you got his Christmas gear, which wasn't hard to get. But Judgment Day plate is rare. So I would put him in the same category as like Cody, Dusty, depending on what you have. My personal preference would be Dusty number 3, Cody number 4. I'd probably put him number 5. But that's also assuming a lot of rare stuff on some of the other ones, on all of them actually. So that's worth noting. I think the great thing about Punk is he doesn't need plates. He doesn't need rare stuff to hit hard, right? So I think that's the really good thing about Punk. So if you don't have some of those plates, then that probably catapults him way up there to potentially being one of the best, or at least let me rephrase, Punk being the best on your roster. So I think he's a very great tech. I think he's a great addition. Boss battle wise, obviously he could do greens. It's generic multiplies, so he'll be okay, sort of like a Wes Lee on any color, because he's going to catch some of those, and on any multiply boss, he'll be okay. Yeah, so it's basically greens and kind of multiplies, but both of those are not like amazing necessarily. So the sub build is solid, but again, you can't change it all to one block of color, so kind of makes you, for the multi-boss battles, jack of all trades, master of none, but pretty solid. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at him. I think he's for easily top 5 tech in the game. I think he's on the same level, right, as like Cody, Dusty. I just don't think he's on the same level as Kaiser Drip, NOD Rock, or Anvil Gears. But again, those are rare things. So let me know what you think in the comments. Again, great addition. He's pretty cool. And if you like the gameplay style, maybe you'll put him higher than me. The fact that it's either a non-Mherex proof build or the clicky like rocker style finisher doesn't particularly appeal to me. I do know though some people really like that gameplay. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Good luck chasing for Punk. I expect a lot of people to go for him. It's a big deal getting him in the game, so that's super cool. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching and good luck out there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.